What are we waiting for?
Hi everybody, I am now here with Marcus, executive producer of Need for Speed, and we're talking about Need for Speed.
Yeah, random that, isn't it? No. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
It's really great to be here. It's especially great to be here talking about, Need for Speed in the kind of new form we're bringing it, right? We are talking about this game as a reboot. What that means for us is that, we really try to define from the ground up what's been great with Need for Speed throughout the years. Listening to our fans, talking to our fans about what is the game they want, and that's today's the first time we basically show any of that and real gameplay from it.
Yeah.
So today's a great day.
Do you know what stood out the most to me, seeing it, is the camera. And the way the camera follows the car, kind of like, it's cool to see the turns happen as the camera doesn't like quite follow the rear. I'm explaining it in a weird way.
Yeah, but I love the leaning down. That's like almost like the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to be the cameraman here. To me, that's what really stands out about this game is how it looks.
Mm?
It feels like a game, like a racing game.
Mm? That's good.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it obviously is a racing game, a driving game. You drive cars insanely fast. We think one of the core values of Need for Speed is driving on the edge, kind of edge of the seat driving. And that camera, when you get your hands on this and you drive this, it's kind of screaming to you, kind of push it more, push it more, push it more.
Yeah.
Because it as people can see in the video, right? It is going down, so you are kind of losing a little bit sight, going forward, right?
Yeah.
But it's just that like it's an option. It's the kind of camera you go into when you probably go into some of the more drifting game modes in the game, and as I said, it's an option and it's awesome. What it shows for me is that if you get the right creative people on it, even things that you don't think that you can innovate in, you can innovate in, as I said, it's another option for how you can drive the car.
So that was just someone's idea, just like, hi, I have a great idea for how the racing camera should work.
Well, I think it was more kind of, there's got to be more ways that we can make, racing games more exciting again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we all can, I think we need to be able to transparently enough say that there's haven't been that interesting in racing game for a pretty long time. And that's obviously also one of the reasons why we wanted to reboot Need for Speed, because Need for Speed used to be this really kind of iconic brand who knew what it was, and a little bit Need for Speed we believe kind of lost its way. So what we did last year was sit back and try to kind of figure out what are the kind of core tenets that we want Need for Speed to build on.
Mm-hmm.
And in that process, as I said, we spoke to a lot of the people that are vocal or we know love Need for Speed, that has helped us to bring this concept to life. Really about bring back customization in a big way. We talk about it as being the richest customization ever been in a Need for Speed game. It's really deep. It's based upon authentic aftermarket products. Stuff that we heard from our fans they wanted, right? Going back to kind of car culture, more kind of attainable cars. For a significant time in Need for Speed now, we've been going on with cars, maybe more high-end cars. So it is definitely a very strong message in that reboot that we're going to start doing things differently going forward. We have basically a very kind of unique insight into this world through Speed Hunters, which is a media a kind of car culture blog media house for Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
With those Speed Hunters distributed across the globe, we have kind of really unique insight into what is that car culture on a day-to-day basis, basically a finger on the pulse. How do we find the most interesting people? How do we find the as I said, the authentic aftermarket products to put on cars? What's cool right now?
Who's doing this in real life, basically?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything you see here is real life. There's there's nothing in this here that's made up. This is kind of Liberty Walk body kit being put on this BRZ, which is highly something people desire, and he's kind of a Japanese guy who's pretty wealthy because of what he does, right? Those body kits. So it's been a key for us to go back to customization, but also do it in a way we think is really going to be most appealing to the people who love cars.
When you say Need for Speed is a reboot, that it's setting everything back on the right track, what do you mean by that? Like, what does this game do to make it back onto Need for Speed?
It's shaping up your identity, because it's doing it from the ground up, of realizing who you are. Well, what are the building stones of this brand? So if you had the underground titles back in the day, that people kind of knew what Need for Speed stood for at that point in time. And then, it's kind of been, bouncing a little bit back and forth, and it's going to shift. You drove around the track, more simulation style, and then you had the run with a narrative, and then you had Most Wanted, which was open world. And I just think that we need to be more kind of, in a way fair to our consumers or to our fans, that this is the experience Need for Speed is, and we're going to build it from this end up. And some of the stuff that we're obviously showing here is showcasing kind of how we bring those features, but we do it in a very innovative way, right?
Sure. What makes it innovative?
So obviously, technology-wise, we've already spoken about how this game looks.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's a gorgeous game.
It is. Sometimes when you work on games, you kind of get too close to it. So we're in the studio and we're working on it, and we're like, yeah, really, is it good looking? Yeah, he probably is good looking. I showed it to this guy.
No way. You knew this was a good looking
game.
No,
we knew. We knew it was good looking, but you do lose perspective. Trust me, you do. But then as you take this and you bring it into the EA kind of E3, in the rehearsals going into E3 press conference, and people see it for the first time and they go, and then you're on something, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to feel good, right?
No, it feels good. It feels good. If you work in a company like Electronic Arts, and there's a lot of really great technology going into the games, right? There's some really good-looking games being produced, year in, year out. Having something that really pushes the bar significantly forward, like this one is obviously great for us. This is a combination of great technology in Frostbite, obviously, but you can only make a game looking like this if you have amazing art talent. Realizing how you do most of it, right? Even from choosing where to sit where to place the game. The time, the kind of time of days you have, combined with that power of the consoles, the creative power of all the people, and then the technology. When all that kind of comes together, boom, that's when you get this. Yeah.
And there are multiple times of day, correct?
It is a game that spans from dusk to dawn, because in reality, this is about car culture, right? Car culture really comes to life at night.
Right, when there's no traffic.
Yeah, when you go to sleep or should go to sleep.
Yep.
That's when these guys come out, and they start kind of meeting up. They go drifting. They go racing in a safe environment. Always, please do that.
Yeah. Nobody street race.
Exactly. But that's kind of mimicking reality from that standpoint.
Well, I have to ask why the streets of Los Angeles are so wet.
I spent actually 3 weeks ago. I was in LA and it was wet.
Oh, okay.
So that's not why though. That's not why.
That one unlucky trip. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
But going back to my point again, right? It is about how do you make a game that really, from a production value, really stands out, which I believe this is doing. Then you can try to. There's been wet days in Los Angeles. That's what I mean with that. Is that we can make it look so pretty with that.
Yeah.
So,
no, it does look. It makes everything.
And obviously, Ventura Bay is only inspired by LA as well.
Oh, so this isn't Los Angeles. It's Ventura Bay.
It's Ventura Bay.
Oh, okay. All right.
some of the building blocks for this game around kind of, you know, the icons and that stuff, you know, it's about being able to identify based upon what the brand is and what components could make it like an innovative way. Certainly there's been times where like that needs to happen, but that could be everything from you know, car models to events to people.
Cool. So is there a person, like when you say to people, like there's a person like in the game where you're just like, oh, we need a person like that in this world?
You know, this game is obviously, or the narrative in this is kind of 5 parallel stories. Each of those stories are is done by a or kind of headed up by an icon, and those icons are heroes in today's car culture.
So if I'm in the scene, if I'm in the racing scene, the car culture scene, I know who these people are.
Certainly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And there's still secrets. There's still silhouettes.
They are silhouettes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure if you guys go on Twitter and you search, they'll probably figure it out right now.
People figure it out just by the silhouettes. Like, oh, I know that
Most
hair.
likely.
I know that guy with that long hair. Somebody like could identify him.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Before we finish, can I tell you one thing that I love? We're going deep into authenticity. Everything's like real. Everything's like just like legit with the scene. I love when we go off the streets. I love taking shortcuts, and I'm glad we have that in the demo even. To you, is that part of just like the fun video game aspect of it, of just like, oh yeah, we should make shortcuts, we should go off the streets?
No, but you know, it's Need for Speed, right?
Yeah.
This is not, you know, the other game that was spoken about on the Xbox conference today. Which is,
you mean Halo?
Exactly. Which is which is absolutely a, you know, a very good game, right? But this is a different proposition altogether.
Yes.
You know, yes, they have cars, but this is, as I said, it's edge of your seat driving. It's just living out your fantasy. You know, how many times, you know, have you drifted through kind of props and you know, together with 6 of your friends doing a drift attack over a bridge against traffic, right?
I've never been able to do that in real life.
Exactly. You know, because you shouldn't do that in real life.
Yeah.
But it's something super exciting. And when you do it with the production values that, you know, Ghost Games are building this game, it just takes it to kind of like a brand new level.
Marcus, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. So Need for Speed comes out 3rd of November on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Thank you. Happy E3, man.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
I'm excited.